Hey guys, Tyler TK here with some quick thoughts about Lidia. Since this character is going to be released in 2 days, I'm not going to go ahead and do a complete full frame by frame breakdown, but I'll give you at least a little bit of an idea of what is actually coming down the pipe. First things first, interestingly enough, they show Lidia fighting against Dragunov, Brian, and Miguel, 3 very different, kind of brawler heavy play styles. And Lidia, using her karate techniques, is able to reverse, parry, and basically beat them single-handedly. Here we see the new stage, Island Paradise, a very clear blend between the beach stage of Tekken 4 and the poolside stage from Tekken 5. Lidia has either a 12 frame or a 13 frame move that can seemingly punish Paul's depth fist consistently. Not only that, it will also lead to a stance transition, and immediately after we see some sort of high reversal into a just frame option. Lidia then goes on to block a demo man and appears to punish it with her hop kick. She then transitions into the stance we saw earlier with some sort of follow pickup option that looks very similar to Leo's K&K options. And if having a long-range 12-frame Punisher is not scary enough, here we see the next scariest thing. Visually, Lidia does a sort of high parry option, yet she reverses the mid option out of Steve's 2-1-2. Of course, this is probably just a punch parry, but it's something to keep in mind going forward. Against Harong, we see some sort of low reversal into wall splat option, ending with a flurry of 5 attacks, visually similar to an option from Leroy. Here we see a really quick high lunge punch into a quick low sweep that evidently transitions into an attack throw on counter hit. Possibly hinting at the complexity of Lidia, we see some sort of sidestep 3 into a 2 just frame option, followed up with that really quick 2 option from earlier, transitioning into stance, ending with a hook kick very similar to Geese wall stand 3. Post spin, Lidia then ends with an option similar to Leo K&K 3-4, but now has some sort of spike overhead option right after. Further hinting at the similarities between Mishima-style karate and that of Lidia's, we get to see a head-to-head comparison between Jin's CDS and Lidia's new stance. Unsurprisingly, her stance 4 is way quicker while still retaining low counter-hit launching properties. She then does a homing power crush option, causing spin against airborne opponent, into the quick mid option, transitioning to stance and doing an option similar to 4-2-3-4, except hers ends with a 1 elbow instead. And the question is this the day that everyone's been dreading? Namely, does she actually have a guard break option? Hopefully this requires some sort of just frame timing, very similar to Katarina 4-4-2-4, but I have to be skeptical in this situation. Post balcony break, she then does her hop kick option to spin. She then transitions into her primary stance, which then has access to an extremely quick, low rage drive option. Post rage drive spike, a grounded punch does appear to be guaranteed. Every now and then, Namco will give us clues to let us know how quick things actually are. Jin down 3-3 is -14, but as we've seen earlier in the video, this move probably hits as quick as I-13. In any case though, this move is a quick rage drive punisher that also leads to an instant spin, therefore is a launch punisher. Finishing the combo off, Lidia does a move very similar to Leo's BBP, typically referred to as Demo Woman. Rather than talking about this rage art, let's go ahead and bring up a couple of quick things. With how many blue spark attacks we've seen thus far, there's a good chance that Lidia will require at least a little bit of execution in her play mechanics. The really big red flag I'm seeing right away is that Lidia appears to have too much range in her attacks. Punishing an option like Death Fist should be a privilege, not a right. In a similar vein, having access to a potentially very quick guard break mechanic, regardless of any execution requirements that come right after, is just asking to be exploited. Who knows, maybe that's why they picked the beach theme from Tekken 4, to mentally prepare everyone for a new Jin just frame laser scraper.